Hello, lovely viewers, and welcome to another episode of Glitz Express News, where we give you nothing but the best. Remember, we've told you we'll always bring you breaking news, the best news, wherever it is. So today our update are going to touch on history makers, silverware clinchers, people who have ducked in boxing. We're going to touch on cricket, golf, tennis, and athletes who have brought back ex-presidents to comment on their achievements. But before we start today's update, I will kindly ask you to subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification button so you'll be the first to get all our updates. Share, comment, and like our posts and help us to grow. You can equally follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and our Facebook page at Glitz Sports Express, and then Glitz S Express on X. If you want detailed news on all our reports, you can also check on our website, www.gladesportsexpress.com. This isn't breaking news because it keeps running in football. You know, Nemanja Matic is the one who's had this issue now, but this is an issue that's been going on. Like, it's something with religion, it's something with people's beliefs. Like, it's been going on for a while. Well, Nemanja Matic, the former Manchester United player, has been banned because it's not accidentally, he intentionally covered a rainbow logo on his shirt. So he duct taped it, actually. I don't know, but why he did, he already knows. The same issue arose in the Ghana Premier League, where a player disclosed beneath what he was wearing, he belongs to a particular religion. And, you know, it's part of FIFA's rules. It's part of probably UEFA rules. So once you are part of the body, then you have to keep to it. Well, remember, McGoey of Crystal Palace has been cautioned a couple of times, but yeah, this is not Goey today. It's Nemanja Matic. So he duct taped the rainbow logo, and he's been banned. Well, we move on to Thomas Tuchel of the England national team. The gaffer, after their game with Andorra, hinted that his side gave one of the worst performances. Well, I was surprised because he's only played 3 games. And if he says this is his worst performance, he's probably not seen what is coming ahead. So England won 1-0 over Andorra, and then Thomas Tuchel, who has been at the best before. Many people saw him at Chelsea. So he said it was one of the worst performances. But amidst this banter with his team of giving him the worst performance, Thomas Tuchel is the first England manager to win his first 3 games for the Three Lions. Also, for the first 3 games, he hasn't conceded any goal. So whilst he's bashing his team, Thomas Tuchel is also making history whilst being the Three Lions head coach. Well, Robert Lewandowski on his X account has said that he is not playing for the Polish national team unless the coach has been sacked. Well, many people are asking why should the coach be sacked, but it is something that he has said. Robert Lewandowski said he decided to resign from playing for the team because the coach doesn't trust them. I don't know whether it's them or whether it's him. But Robert Lewandowski is poised and says that he is not returning to the national team unless the coach is changed. Well, Michal, if you are listening to us, we don't want to mess Robert Lewandowski. He's been one of the best strikers in football. Irrespective of Cristiano Ronaldo having most goals, Lewandowski has been one of the best strikers you could ever mention. So, Michal, we are begging you, whatever it is that is going on with Robert Lewandowski, we would beg you to just solve it. If it's you leaving the club, the national team, so that Lewandowski can continue playing, please do. Well, today I'm going to bring you something. It's not something, I'm going to tell you something sad, and at the same time, something nobody probably knew. You know, it's not supposed to be breaking news because many people would probably have already heard. But have you realized that there's no black EP or referee? I don't know whether you've you've watched it, but there hasn't been a black EPL referee in a while. Like I said, many people probably haven't thought about it. I'm not being sarcastic, but they probably don't like it. They probably haven't trained for it, but there was just one. Just one. There was this English Premier League referee called Uriah Rennie. Unfortunately, Uriah Rennie has passed on. He was an EPL referee and the first black EPL referee. Unfortunately, like I said, Uriah Rennie has passed on. And Sheffield United, our own Sheffield United, has sent their condolences. Well, they read, "We are saddened to learn on the passing of popular and trailblazing referee Uriah Rennie. Our thoughts are with his friends and family at this time." Well, this is one of those things. Once it's somebody's demise, it's no politics, it's no racism, there's nothing. He was just an amazing referee in the EPL. Those of you who haven't heard about him, when you go onto you Google him, you'd get it. But his picture is what I'm showing on the screen now. So Glade Sports Express also extend our condolences to his family and friends at this time. We wish they find strength, and we wish their mourning process goes as planned. I've told you already, Zinedine Zidane is eyeing the French national team position. I don't know whether many people have realized, but Zidane has been rejecting many teams that have approached him for the same job. Well, today I'm telling you on authority that Manchester United sent Zinedine Zidane a blank check. Yes, our own Zinedine Zidane, the Real Madrid player, the former France national player, Zinedine Zidane, a blank check to become their gaffer. Well, let me surprise you. Zinedine Zidane rejected the blank check. Just like Mbappe rejected PSG's blank check, Zidane has done the same. I have told you already, he is eyeing the French national team position. Well, after he rejected the blank check, you already know, France came third in the UEFA Nations League. I don't think Deschamps will be there I don't think he'd be there for long. So probably Zinedine Zidane will be the next manager for the French national team. Well, we move straight still into the EPL, and we go to Tottenham Hotspurs. Well, after sacking coach Postecoglou, Tottenham Hotspurs have been targeting Brentford coach Thomas Frank. Well, I don't know how this worked with them, but Thomas Frank hasn't done well in the EPL than Tottenham. So why would you sack Postecoglou and then bring in Thomas Frank? Well, nobody knows, but yes, they have already had an agreement with Thomas Frank, and it's just a call away. There's just one more step, and Thomas Frank is the new head coach of Tottenham Hotspurs. Well, Kylian Mbappe won a bronze medal with France in the UEFA Nations League after beating Germany in their 2-0 game. Well, Kylian Mbappe has played a total 62 games. He has netted 45 and assisted in 7. Remember, he has won the Golden Boot and he has won the Pichinchi Award. This is no politics, like I've said. We don't do politics with who is the best, who is not the best. Mbappe is another spectacular player. Just like Yamal Lamine, just like Rafinha, just like Vinicius Jr., just like Rodrigo Gauff. This is just his achievements. Remember, I told you Rafinha was voted La Liga Player of the Season with less goals than Robert Lewandowski and Mbappe. So it was a voting poll. So yes, it doesn't mean none of the other players is not good. So just keep note. Now, away from football, although we will go back to football, but I'm taking you to golf. I don't know how many people remember Ryan Fox. If don't worry, I'll tell you a little about Ryan Fox. Although we are not going into too much into golf, but I told you we'll bring you news on golf. So today I'm telling you about Ryan Fox. So Ryan Fox has set another precedence in the golf world. 4 weeks after winning the PGA Tour. Well, it's normally not that easy with golf. It's the likes of the Tiger Woods that many remember these kind of things. But well, Fox has won the RBC Canada Open. That makes it 2 titles in the split of a month. I love boxing. I honestly love boxing. It's one, I always say boxing is a gentleman's fight because you can beat somebody brutally and it's still legal. You know, I could punch somebody outside the ring and go to jail for the rest of my life. But at the same time, I could punch somebody in the ring and the person dies and I still walk free. Like I said, this is a gentleman's game. No foots, no elbows, just fists. And I have told you already, boxing lovers gather here and listen to this one. Well, there is something going on with Keyshawn Davis. I already told you in our previous video, and I told you I'll bring you update. Well, the update is here. So in less than 48 hours, Keyshawn Davis has missed. I won't say he just missed. He lost his purse with the WBO. He lost his, like, if I say purse, for those who don't understand boxing, it's like money he would have gotten in a fight. So he lost his purse. He lost his WBO belt. He watched his brother Kevin lose, got replaced on the main event by Abdullah Mason, who stole the show with a big win anyways. Yeah, Abdullah Mason, congratulations to you on your win. And the worst part he encountered is he was escorted outside the arena by police because of a scuffle he had with Albright. Well, if this is not a businessman facing a full-blown meltdown, then I'm not sure. Because all of a sudden, Keyshawn Davis was on top of the world. This was his first title defense. He couldn't even defend the title, and he has lost the title. He lost the purse, watched his brother being beaten, and then the person who replaced him on his fight wins in a spectacular style. Well, if this is not, like I said, if this is not, I don't even know how to say it, but yes, that's what's happening in the camp of Keyshawn Davis. So before we leave boxing, I still have 2 more people who I've told you will be telling you about. I told you there's another serious fight going on in Ghana. Not a political fight, I'm talking about another boxing fight under the Amir Khan and Legacy Sports Rising Star Promotions. This fight is one you wouldn't want to miss. It would be shown on the zone. Trust me, you wouldn't want to miss this match. It's Tabiti versus Dixon. Well, I've told you Tabiti is that calm, collected guy, but bruh, Tabiti is like a storm in a human form. We've all witnessed one form of storm in one way or the other. You can watch storms like in the US, like in the Philippines, in Japan, like that's like him, like that's everything in one human being. So imagine him unleashing the storm in the ring. This is a contained storm. So, like many people are saying, Dixon is ready for a fight, or he should be ready for a fight, because Tabiti surely isn't going to hold back. I'm not supporting Tabiti. I support boxing. I support sports. So for all boxing lovers, I've already said, on the 13th of July, make sure you are down there in Accra, Ghana at the Bukom Boxing Arena and enjoy real boxing. Not the Canelos and the Ryan Garcias and the Hanika. No, that's not the kind of fight that Accra, Ghana is going to give you. Well, before we leave boxing again, there's been a list of boxing personalities who are going to be inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame in New York. So the first one is Vinny Paz. The second one, we already know, Manny Laugh, the only senator boxer. Manny Pacquiao, Michael Nunn, we have Jessica Chavez, Mario Sanders, we have Annie Sophie Matis, referee Kenny Bayless, Harry Gibbs, Catman Algaven, we have Kathy Davies, we have Randy Gordon, a journal, Ross Greenberg, a producer, we have Rodrigo Valdez, and then Owen Smith. So these 14 persons are going to be inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. So for boxing lovers who are already in the USA, you can head to New York and then enjoy some of this news. We head to Accra, Ghana again, and I give you some local news on football. So normally it's a traditional team like the Accra Hearts of Folks, like the Mediema FCs, like the Krobia Kumasi Asante Kotoko, these are the traditional teams that have continually won the league. Well, the thing I've said severally on our page that football is evolving. Football now is how much money you have. Imagine buying the best players and having the best manager. Imagine your bench is like somebody starting 11. Well, you can't miss any trophy. Well, BBNE All-Stars have won the Ghana Premier League ahead of Accra Hearts of Oak, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and Nations FC. Well, Nations FC once a while said they were boycotting the league, but yeah, they still continue to the end. Accra Hearts of Oak and Kumasi Asante Kotoko ranked 4th and 5th. Well, they were scuffling for who places 4th on the league log. Kumasi Asante Kotoko, who had the chance to go to 4th position, got beaten by Vision FC on their last game by 3-1. Whilst Accra Hearts of Oak miraculously, through Kunedu Yadom, won a single goal against Samatex SC. So from Accra, or from our studios to BBNE FC in Accra, we say congratulations on your victory as the champions of the Ghana Premier League. So today we are leaving the best for the last. I mean the best for the last. It is not the Euros. The Euros is not the best part. So we are leaving the best for the last. So before we go to the last, we'll touch on now Cristiano Ronaldo, Lamine Yamal, and then the UEFA Nations League final. So I'm not discounting Yamal Lamine. I'm not discounting Cristiano Ronaldo. But this final, on this particular final, I would on any day give the player of the tournament to Nuno Mendes, the PSG left back. It's not a one-off play, it's not a double play. He has been consistent through PSG's journey to winning the Champions League into the UEFA Nations League. So in the semi-final, he assisted Cristiano Ronaldo in a goal, and then the final he scored one and then pre-assisted the second one that resulted in their draw before it went to extra time. Remember, Yamal Lamine has been the trouble of many defenders, including Real Madrid's own Mendes and even Carvajal, many players, not just Real Madrid. He has been tormenting. Those of you who watched the game against France, I wouldn't have to say much. Lamine tormented players. I wouldn't say Mendes pocketed him, but Mendes made sure that Lamine wouldn't have his game. Like he made sure Lamine wouldn't play according to his plan. He made sure Lamine played according to his, like Mendes' plan. People are saying that Lamine would have nutmegged Ronaldo, and Ronaldo is 40 years. Lamine is 17 years. Well, should I tell you that the useless tap in by Cristiano Ronaldo is now more important than the useful possession play of Yamal Lamine? At the end of the day, Cristiano Ronaldo's useless tap-in goal that many said it's a tap-in goal won him the trophy. It isn't, like I say, I don't discount players because I don't know how to play. From Ronaldinho to Robinho to Hazard, Batistuta, Ortega, what are some of the names? Lionel Messi's, they are the current ones. Saviola, Okocha, Samuel Eto'o, Yaya Toure. These players were players that brought joy to the game. But today I'm saying you can't discredit Cristiano Ronaldo just because Yamal Lamine is having his day. On the big night when people wanted to count on him, he ducked. Well, he had instances of the game where people started cheering because, yeah, he was doing one of them theatrics. But at the end of the day, he lost. Cristiano Ronaldo, the 40-year-old man, still won the trophy. I'm saying this just so the people overhyping him would let him understand that football can take a quick turn. I came to the same channel to tell you about Ansu Fati. When Ansu Fati came, everybody was like, yes, he has arrived. He was the next Messi. An injury rendered him useless. He came back, his spot was stolen. What could he do? That was like Ansu Fati, the Ansu Fati who tormented defenders. And now it's on to Lamine or Yamal Lamine. The prayer is that he doesn't sustain any injury because he's a sensational player. I love watching him. He gives you the feel like, yes, we are playing football. Well, now let's go to the best part of the entire episode. So remember Carlos Alcaraz, the tennis gem that is, I won't say he just sprang out from the ground and he's making waves. Well, Carlos Alcaraz defeated Jannik Sinner in the French Open to secure his 5th single Grand Slam title after coming back from 2 sets down. Like 2 sets down, he still came back to win. This is a player who plays like there's no tomorrow. He just gives it his all. But let's put him aside. Let's come to my personal person. I don't know her though, sorry. But she's still my personal person. I'm talking about Coco Gauff. Not the Coco Master, I'm talking about Coco Gauff, the tennis player. Well, this is a young lady who staged the storm, like she stormed the stage in a very calm personality. You know, when Naomi Osaka stormed tennis, many people thought, oh, she's going to be the next Serena Williams, she's going to be the next day, she's going to be the next Sabalenka. Well, everybody knows what happened with Naomi Osaka. She isn't bad. She's another perfect tennis player. But Coco Gauff has surprised me the most. So Coco Gauff has won her 2nd Grand Slam in style. She won against women's tennis number 1, like the number 1, Sabalenka. Coco has not, she has not just won the US Open. She has won the French Open and won the US Open. This is something only Serena Williams has done. Coco is on the floor. Her celebration was just flawless. Like, I love these athletes who remember her team. She took her trophy, her Grand Slam title, and headed straight to her ball boys and ball girls. That was how the celebration was. Well, it didn't just end there after she won the trophy. This is where it gets interesting. Former United States President Barack Obama and his wife, Michelle Obama, went to X, not X like the X, but X like an app. And they sent congratulatory messages to Coco. Well, let me read what Barack Obama said, and you can check it out on his Twitter handle. So he wrote, "Congratulations to Coco Gauff for an amazing championship at the French Open, the first American singles champion at Roland Garros in the decade. You make us all proud." And then Roland Garros themselves said, "Welcome to the Roland Garros Champions Club at Coco Gauff." Well, it didn't end there. Another GOAT in the basketball world, LeBron the King James, went there and said, "At Barack Obama, I support what you are saying. Yes, I support you. Congratulations to my fellow black flag bearer at Coco Gauff." It just, like I told you, it just didn't end there. Michelle Obama added to it. And she wrote, "Congratulations to Coco for your determination, strength, and grace throughout the French Open has inspired us all and showed us what's possible. Proud of you." We are all proud of Coco Gauff. She has honestly made us proud. Not just because she's won a Grand Slam, but because she has won the US Open and the French Open. Well, if you didn't enjoy this session, don't worry, we will bring you more news and updates. But before we leave, like always, I would kindly ask you to remember, click on the subscribe button, add the notification button so you'll be the first to get whatever we share. You can like, comment, repost our videos. You can also follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We have Threads. And on X, we are Glitz S Express. On every other social media handle, it's Glitz Sports Express. When you want detailed news on everything that we've shared today, you can catch us on our website, www.glitzsportsexpress.com. Before I see you again in our next video, ciao.